Welcome to the NFL Week 15, guys. We're going to go through each of these games top to bottom. There'll be some passes, some leans, some picks, some teaser opportunities here. Sign up to the Patreon, guys. That's where you're going to get my official plays. Last week we went 2-1. I did have people, I usually get the guys asking me about primetime games. I took New England in the Monday night game, so 3-1 last week. Hopefully we have another good week. The Thursday night game is going on right now, so I'm going to pass on that game because I put that play up for the clients. So I do have a play there, but that's going to be on the Patreon. So we're going to go right to Saturday's games because we have no bye weeks this week. We have some Saturday football games. Indianapolis at Minnesota. Minnesota's -4. I'm going to go through these games as quickly as possible, guys, because there's a lot of them this week. As much as I hate on Minnesota, I mean, the only way I can really look at this game is take the Vikings at -4. Indianapolis coming off a bye week, but they're a mess. And I think 4 is a pretty cheap price for the Vikings. On a neutral field, that you're telling me that they're about 2-3 points better, and they probably are than Indianapolis. I know Minnesota isn't great, but that's a cheap price. I would take the Vikings there. Baltimore at Cleveland. Cleveland's -3. It's a pretty tough game. Who knows? You got to look at the quarterback situation in this game for Baltimore. Who's playing? Deshaun Watson, you expect him to get better each and every week. This is his first home game. I would lean to Cleveland in this game. I would also probably look more towards the under. Probably expect a lower scoring football game here. And then Miami at Buffalo. Buffalo's a 7.5 point favorite. I think you just take the points here and take Miami at 7 in the hook. Really because Buffalo hasn't blown out teams this year. Last year they did. This year they haven't. Miami, I do have some concerns with them. This is Tua's first game where he's playing in cold weather ever. I don't think in his career he's played in something like under 37 degrees Fahrenheit, both college and in the pros. This is a warm weather team going to Buffalo. But, I think 7.5 is a lot. I'd probably lean towards Miami here. Atlanta at New Orleans. New Orleans -4. Who cares in this game? Number one rule on this show is we don't take Atlanta, so I pass this game, but maybe Atlanta +4. Pass Atlanta, but a pass. Dallas at Jacksonville. Dallas is -4. I know all the sharp bettors are taking Jacksonville this week. They're on Jacksonville every week. I don't know why. I don't get Jacksonville. I pick them, they lose. I fade them, they win. I don't know. All I know is Dallas -4, I think, is a cheap price. They snuck out a win last week against Houston. Jacksonville had the big win in Tennessee. So I think you're getting Dallas at a discounted price because, to be honest, I think Dallas is like 6 points, 7 points better than Jacksonville. But it's a pass for me, but I would take Dallas -4. Detroit and the Jets, pretty much a pick'em game. I just like the Jets in this game. I know they've been struggling up as of late, and the Lions have been great. And I was on Detroit last week, but until I see the Lions go in on the road in a tough environment, it's Jared Goff's splits aren't great. He's got like 20 touchdowns and 3 interceptions at home, 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the road. He doesn't do well in outdoor, cold weather type of games. The Jets have a really good defense. You expect kind of a grinded out game here. I like the Jets to come out ahead. The Jets have a great defense. The Lions have a good offense. So something's got to give here. I'm banking on the Jets to do enough on defense. The Lions' defense has been improving. Still not a great defense. And hopefully Mike White is healthy enough. But I do like New York. I feel like everyone's on the Lions this week. They're almost becoming a little bit public for me. Kansas City at Houston. This is a pass. Philadelphia at Chicago. Philly's a -9 point favorite. I would look at Chicago plus the points in this game. They're coming off a bye week. Philly's coming off a big blowout divisional win, and they have Dallas on deck. Kind of a sandwich spot for them. And Chicago, coming off a bye week, you expect them to keep this game close. Philly, I said last week, they're not good as road favorites, especially if they're laying more than a touchdown, and especially in a non-divisional game. If they're going to blow out a team laying points on the road, it's typically in a divisional game like last week. So I like the Bears here, +9. Pittsburgh, Carolina, I just take Carolina on the money line. Simple, not talking about that game. Arizona at Denver, who cares? Pass. Denver, why are they -3? Why? They shouldn't even be laying points to the Argonauts. Give me a break. Pass. New England at Vegas. Vegas is pretty much a pick'em game, -1. Teacher versus student here. Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. I got to go with the team that's been more consistent, that has a better defense, and that's taking New England here on the road in a pick-em game. You don't know what you're going to get with Vegas, but you kind of know what you're going to get with New England. I would take the Patriots. Tennessee at the Chargers. Chargers are about 3.5. Oh my God! I said, you take Tennessee when you're getting points, so this would be a spot where you take Tennessee. It's a good matchup for them. They've been struggling, maybe a bit of a buy low spot on the Titans. They run the ball really well, and the Chargers are 28th against the run. So you just can't have Tannehill throwing the ball 30 times. Can get in a shootout with the Chargers, but as long as they can run the ball, shorten this game a little bit. Yeah, I think Tennessee, but I don't feel like taking them. But that's where I would lean, is to the Titans. Cincinnati at Tampa. Cincy's a 3.5 point favorite. Cincinnati is like taking off. Tampa Bay continues to struggle. We keep saying Tom Brady getting points. Tom Brady getting points. Last week against the Niners, 3 in the hook, got killed against a rookie quarterback. This week they're getting 3 in the hook against a Cincinnati team I really don't want to get in the way of. Because I've been wrong with these guys for a while, and I stayed out of their way last week against Cleveland, and lucky I did because they won again and covered again. They're not just winning, they're covering. I don't know. I like Tampa. All that being said, I kind of like Tampa in this game because I feel like Cincinnati's not going to win all the way to the playoffs. They're going to have a little speed bump somewhere. We see this every year. And Tampa Bay's got to be careful because, believe it or not, they don't control their own destiny. They got to win here at some point. And they went up against a very good defense last week. This will be a step down in class. Tampa still has a good defense, although they got shredded last week, and they better play better this week against Cincinnati. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this game tells me Tampa Bay plus the points. Giants and Washington, don't really care. Washington's 4.5 point favorite. I would take the points, take the G-men. These teams just played a couple weeks ago. Washington just tied them. They went into a bye week, and they're playing them again. So they're playing them two games in a row. I think 4.5's a lot. These two teams are going in opposite directions, it seems. But I would take the points and take the Giants. And that's it, guys. That is week 15. We went through top to bottom in less than 10 minutes. Sign up to the Patreon. I'm going to unload some plays there this week. That's my, where my official picks are going to be. Good luck. Like, comment, subscribe, guys, and good luck in week 15.